Hello everybody, welcome to Around the Major League Soccer right here with Sam on Africa Sports Network. Yes, week 31 in the MLS done and dusted. We have like 3 games to the end of the season, and a lot of teams are consolidating their playoff positions, while 6 teams have been eliminated from the postseason contention. 3 from the East and 3 from the West. And you look at all the 3 Texas teams are out of the 2021 MLS playoffs. Houston Dynamo were eliminated even though they beat Seattle in week 30, but other results didn't go their way, so they were eliminated. FC Dallas were eliminated last night as they went down 3-2 to LAFC in Frisco, Texas, while Austin FC were eliminated in a long time ago. Looking at how poor they have been all season long as they navigate their debut season in the Major League Soccer. Yes, in Nashville, Hani Mukhtar played. He was the man for the night as he scored as Nashville played a 1-1 home draw against MLS defending champions Columbus Crew. Inter Miami trashed Toronto FC 3-0. And for Toronto FC, no God, no glory, just a bad team getting bad result. Houston Dynamo went down 3-0 at home to LA Galaxy here at the PNC Stadium. So we have a lot of reaction both from fans, both from the coach Tab Ramos, players Adam Lindquist, and also you will hear from the mother of Michael Nelson as he talked about his son briefly on the program. Teenage Hadebe also spoke to us at the PNC Stadium. So these and many more will come your way on today's edition of Around the MLS here on Africa Sports Network. Once again, my name is Sam. Welcome. So take a short break. When I return, this show will begin in earnest. And this is Around the Major League Soccer. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the program. This is Around the MLS and Africa Sports Network. And my name is Sam, yours sincerely, faithfully. Yes, let's go to Houston Dynamo. 3-0 home defeat to LA Galaxy. I mean, why change a winning team? Sometimes, coaches will say, okay, let's hold on to a winning team. The team that were able to grind out a result against Western Conference top team, Seattle Sounders. Why tweak that team? Yes, I get it. Teenage was injured. I understand that. But when you look at the team that played last night against LA Galaxy, how bad do you think that team played? I mean, first goal was a penalty, an error from Mario Figueroa. Let's look at the highlight of that game between the Houston Dynamo and LA Galaxy.
An LA Galaxy, but we're going to try it again. All right, here we go. Chicharito gets it, and we're going to do that again. It's game on for 90 in Houston. Galaxy stepping up. Here's Cabral, Minor Figueroa. It's a bad giveaway from Valentin. It's a hit. It's a blast off the post. Oh, that was tagged by Efrain Alvarez.
Yeah, another look at it. It's just a poor clearance by Zarek Valentin. I was thinking Efrain Alvarez might try to find a way to get that to Chicharito, but he doesn't.
Quintero off the free kick here. You'd love to get the game's first goal. And the Dynamo have scored 5 times off set pieces. Quintero shot. He tried to go to the near post. Maybe expecting the delivery. He does the unexpected. Tries to sneak it in at the near post to the left of Jonathan Bond. Valentin won the header over Chicharito. It's not the best of clearance there from Los Angeles. Chicharito lays on a good ball to Cabral. Cabral does have pace. It's a long touch to make it one. Good save, Michael Nelson. Cabral is in there. Derek Williams is in there. There are targets. It's whipped in. It's Chicharito. Saved by Michael Nelson. Oh, what a set piece that was. There's that vertical defending coming back from Cabral, who's got to do a little bit of that. Siphoned in pass to Rooney. Oh, I think it grazed the outside of the post. He swept it in. Chicharito checking away from Valentin, posing questions. It's a driven-in ball. It bypasses Chicharito. Cabral goes in the box.
Oh, no
and they are
way.
going to the penalty spot. Cabral is down. Tab Ramos can't believe it. Parker lobbying the referee Rosendo Mendoza.
What? It's the contact. You'll see as Figueroa goes across there. Hey, well, the afters, if you see, studs up on Minor Figueroa into the left ankle of Kevin Cabral. It's
penalty.
Yeah, you can't argue that. Referee in a good spot to see it, because from our side, we couldn't see that contact.
It's a 306th appearance tonight for Sasha Kleshchuk. Off the penalty against Nelson, he scores. The LA Galaxy will go up 1-0 here in the 39th minute.
So calm under pressure, Sasha Kleshchuk.
Chicharito. Well, he lays it on. Alvarez squares it back. Oh, it deflects it. Who did it come off? I think it came off.
Valentin. This is where the inexperience of Zarek Valentin comes in, because you've got to just...
I mean, the two goals. In fact, Dynamo defenders committed harakiri last night. Self-inflicted wounds. I mean, the first goal, yes, I don't know what Mariano Figueroa was thinking about bringing Kevin Cabral inside the 18-yard box, because he wasn't going for the ball. He's too stuck, and the referee don't need to consult no pitch side monitor or wait for VAR to give him instruction on what to do. That was a clear-cut penalty, and Michael Nelson, went the other way, and he has to pick the ball out from his net. All right, goal number 2, just like Eddie Robinson called that is where the inexperience of Zarek Valentin comes in, and he scored that own goal. And Houston, we are done for the night. After that second goal, you saw how some players dropped their shoulder. Yeah, Fafa Pico was the only guy who was trying to get the team up and, doing a yeoman job until Tyler Pasha, come on, the game, came back to life. Houston pushed and pushed and pushed for goal to bring them back into the game until goal number 3 came. But something happened during that goal number 3. A Houston Dynamo fan got engaged, and immediately he got engaged, LA Galaxy got their thought. Let's watch what happened in that game. All right, you can see it. Let's get the audio. Just immediately the fan got engaged. LA Galaxy went 3-0 up, and look at what this fan said.
Imagine getting engaged and then LA Galaxy just score. What the fuck?
That fan said, imagine getting engaged and LA Galaxy scored, and expletive. I can say it on air. I mean, that engagement, yes, it was a sweet engagement for both, for both of them. But imagine getting engaged and boom, goal number 3 came in. LA Galaxy went 3-0 up immediately after, that fan engaged his girlfriend. Let's go back to the highlight of that game.
Follow Efrain Alvarez. If you follow him here, maybe he doesn't get the chance to get turned and even get the cross off.
And with LA being a good possession team, holding a 2-goal lead, this is a real challenge here for the Dynamo. Here's Chicharito. He's got the run of Cabral. He's picked out Cabral, who's trying to get back on his right foot. He eliminates the defender and scores. That is a dagger to the heart here from Kevin Cabral. It is Chicharito who picks him out.
Don't guess. Stay where you are. But take nothing away from the LA.
Yes, Chicharito picked out Kevin Cabral, and he sent I think Dusty Griffin to the other side of the field of play. That was a great goal from Kevin Cabral. Scored his 9th goal of the season for LA Galaxy, and Galaxy beat Houston Dynamo 3-0 at the PNC Stadium. Yes, let's hear from Tab Ramos during his post-match conference. But then, before then, Chicharito got a yellow card for simulation. Did Chicharito?
Yeah, I mean, I thought in general, the first half was a well-competed first half. We were, honestly, we were a little bit unlucky with, the penalty call and then the second goal. I thought they came out of nowhere for a game like this where we had opportunities as well. So if anything, it had been a very even game. If anything, we likely had the better chances. But, unfortunately, we get the penalty and then we get the own goal. And it's right before halftime. That's it was difficult to overcome. Having said that, I thought the team fought all the way to the end in the second half. Again, they scored the third goal when we slip and fall, and the players left alone in the box. And that's, there's not much you can do about that. So, in general, I thought, we didn't possess the ball as well as we wanted to. And they're good at that. And when you give them time, they can hurt you.
We'll begin with Corey Repkin from the Chronicle. Go ahead, Corey. Hey, Coach.
Like Tab Ramos said, the game was already over after Zarek Valentin got that own goal. For a team like LA Galaxy that play possession football with their marksman all on that field of play with their scoring boot, it's difficult to get back on that goal. Let's go back to these
playoffs. And, a lot of it is, maybe players think a little bit about all of it. And but I thought after halftime, we grouped at halftime. We made the 2 substitutions to go to 3 forwards instead of 2. I thought, immediately that gave us a little bit more of the ball. But obviously on a counter, they scored the 1 goal, where we slipped and fell down. So, at 3-0 is a much different game than a 2-0 because at 2-0, if we would have scored the next goal, we're still in it. And but the 3-0 made it really an uphill battle.
Yes, 3-0 made it an uphill battle. But when you look at a game where the Houston Dynamo outscored LA Galaxy 22-10, shot on target, Houston had 7 and LA Galaxy had only 5. But when you come to ball possession, LA Galaxy saw much of that with 54% as against 46% of Houston Dynamo. When you come to the passing accuracy, LA Galaxy had only 2% above Houston Dynamo, 83%, and Houston had 81%. Foul, both had 11-11. Yellow card, LA Galaxy enjoyed 3, while Houston Dynamo had only 1. But the fact is that LA Galaxy were decisive when it matters most. Let's go back to that press conference with Tab Ramos.
Playoff contention. When could we see some of the younger players on the field, and how do you compete that with you also wanting to finish the season, on a good, showing?
I mean, sometimes Houston Dynamo fans may be wanting their team to overachieve. When you look at your squad, I get it. Sometimes you look at how much you're spending on players. Yes, we have 2 of the most expensive center backs in the league, and they are DPs, Teenage Hadebe and Tim Parker. I understand all that. But what about the offensive players? When it's okay to have players that can play dual roles. It's very okay. But it stands to reason when you don't have an out and out striker, that goal punch, that guy that can hit the bullseye blind, that guy that can give you double-digit goal every season. Yes, Papa is the only player with a double-digit goal this season. 11 goals for him already this season. And when you look at how other players, are they pulling their weight? Are they really pulling their weight to really help this team? And I believe that a lot of cleanup will happen in this team during the offseason. No two ways about that. Let's go back to that press conference with Thomas.
I mean, easier so that they can help us more. So there's no to answer your question, there's no particular timeline on that. Yeah, of course we can take the last couple games of the season and say, okay, this all goes to just younger players. But I think it goes first to everybody who deserves to play, and that could be young or old. And with everything being even, of course we're going to go with the younger players and give an opportunity. And I think, it's likely that Ian gets more time, and it's likely that we throw one or two more players over the next.
So right now they are talking about, if they're going to use my mic on, yes, on. If they're going to use the remaining 3 games of the season, to give some players chance for them to show themselves. Yes, I agree, because, if not the fact that Dynamo want to finish the season on a high, they are not fighting for no playoffs. But when Dynamo fans will be on social media expressing their angst, their anger, at the team performance, you got to ask yourself, do you have that talent that other team has in their disposal to fight for Supporters Shield and MLS Cup? Look at New England Revolution. Look at how all their players are pulling their weight. Then you go to Nashville. Early in the season, remove the fact that right now Nashville has kind of dropped off form, but other players were pulling their weight. CJ Sapong, Hane Mokhtar. Whenever they are called upon to play, they pull their weight. When you go to DC United, all the players are pulling their weight. Atlanta fired Gabriel Hines and Gonzalo Pineda came to Atlanta. Now they are 5th in the Eastern Conference, fighting for postseason position. There's a lot this team can achieve. But when you look at, a team, you don't have an out-and-out striker, that player that will give you double-digit goal every season. I get it. Fafa Pico, 11 goals, but he can't do it alone. What has been the goal contribution of other players in the team? That should be the question. So I see a massive clearance that will go on in this team at the end of the season. You have to open the bank, open your hands and sign quality players that will deliver. 5 seasons now, we are yet to see a postseason in the soccer here in Houston. It keeps going on, and every time at the end of the season, we will still lament and say the same thing. What are we going to do about it? If we keep doing the same thing, how do we expect a different result? That has been the problem. This is a season that Houston Dynamo saw different changes. A change in ownership, yes, it was all welcomed. A change in the name of the stadium, because PNC Bank bought over BBVA, so the name got to go, and PNC become the new name of the stadium. Yes, a season where the GM was fired due to poor result, and a new one is yet to be hired, even though there is still grapevine news are saying that they are close to appointing a general manager. A season where the team went on Sweet 16 run of winless streak. So this season has been an eventful one, and I believe that at the end of the season they need to sit down and take stock and see how they can correct all the lapses that they saw in this season. All right, still on around the MLS here on Africa Sports and Network. Yes, let's go and listen to Adam Limq, defender of Houston Dynamo, on his own post-match conference.
No, it felt amazing. Like you said, it was a tough result, but from my end, I was really happy to be back and just to lace on the boots again and be out there competing with the boys. So for me, it was a lot of positive things, even though collectively there's a lot of stuff we have to figure out and do better. But for me, I'm very, very happy to be back, and I really missed it.
I see a couple of questions coming in. I'll start with Corey Repkin from Houston Chronicle. Go ahead, Corey. Hey Adam, what
Hey,
was
Corey.
your specific injury?
I got a knock on my knee, which so my kneecap was dislocated, and I had to pop it back into place, and then yeah, that was really it. It's a clean hit, and it just popped up, and we popped it back in.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
As the season has gone on, you obviously played a lot of games. What do you think is the one thing that will stand out to you about this season, and maybe why it didn't go as well as you guys thought it could?
I think looking back at it right now, it's for me what I think is what was really bothered me is like what we said, the long stretch when we tied a bunch of games. I feel like like I said, we've been competing very hard this whole season, and like I said, all the ties we had, if we could have flipped 1, 2, 3, 4 of them into wins, we would have been right in the picture, and that bothers me a little bit, and I think that's what's been that thing's gonna.
When they try to look at their run of on Sweet 16 winless streak, that kind of hurt the team chances of making the postseason. Yes, that's why when you ask players, where do they think they got it wrong? I mean, that period, Houston had 5 home games. 5 home games. And in 3 of those games, they picked only a point. I mean, if you cannot make your home form count, then definitely you don't win points on the road. This season, Dynamo only had, I think, 4 or 5 road draws. Others were all defeats. So no 3 points on the road, just 4 or 5 points on the road, and you can make your home form count. I mean, yes, the fans are the ones hurting. Yes, let's look at Adam Limq's contribution to the team. Yes, in general, he played 22 games for Houston this season, and he started 19 times for Dynamo. 5 times he was subbed off, and he accumulated 1,675 minutes. Yes, general. But let's look at the defensive qualities. I'm talking about Adam Limq. 29 clearances, 2 blocks, and 41 interceptions. 63.2% success rate on his tackles, and on duels, 56.6%. And on aerial duels, he had 55.3%. But what about his ball distribution? Because these days, both the 2 fullbacks need to get involved in the way the team plays. And on passes, he enjoys 76% success rate. He attempted 649 passes, and he was successful in 493, 34.9 passes per 90 minutes. Yes, Adam Limq, when it comes to ball distribution, 49.9%. But what about long passes? 39.6%. Sometimes, defenders need to join in the team overall performance. Yes, he was out injured a couple of games, but he was so happy coming back to play for Dynamo in this their second last home game of the season, because after playing Austin on Sunday, they will come back on Wednesday midweek to play Colorado Rapids before they now embark to Montreal November the 3rd to end the season on the road against Club de Football de Montreal. Yes, this is still around the Major League Soccer here on Africa Sports Network, and my name is still Sam. All right, then let's listen to just one sentence from Michael Nelson, the goalkeeper of Houston Dynamo, as he speaks about the result last night against LA Galaxy. This is Michael Nelson. Just a sentence for me.
I think it was a disappointing result. We wanted more from it, but we're going to keep fighting, my man. Always.
Appreciate that. Yes, he said disappointing result, but they will keep fighting. Yes, and the next slide you will see is Michael Nelson's mother. In front of me is the mother of Michael Nelson, the goalkeeper of Houston Dynamo. I'm trying to get I really know how to feel about what her son playing in Major League Soccer. How do you feel?
It's amazing. I mean,
you watch him pull up and dress safe to keep the team still in the game. How does that make you feel?
I'm so proud of him. He's done it all on his own. Absolutely all on his own. I never once doubted he could do it, though. I know he knew he could make it.
Who encouraged him to go into soccer? Looking at they have baseball, the NFL.
He played them all, but he was a natural in soccer. So it was him, his choice. I just drove him, but he did it all.
Yes, that is the mother of Michael Nelson, the goalkeeper of Houston Dynamo. Yes, had a little chat. We thought if I could get her to talk. I think she was a little bit camera shy. She don't want to talk to us, but at the end of the day, I was able to get her to speak to us on camera as regards Michael Nelson. He's a multi-sports athlete. When he was in college, played MLS, played in baseball, football, and ended up becoming a goalkeeper. Yes, and let's listen to Teenage Hadebe, whose season came to an end due to an injury as he was at the BBV at the PNC Stadium last night to support his team. He appeared with his beautiful family. This is Teenage Hadebe.
We'll take that match as preparation for AFCON.
So how you enjoying Houston?
Yeah, it's a good place to be. I'm really enjoying myself there.
Appreciate that, man.
Thank you so much, bro. Come. Yeah, mommy. Hello, my love.
Houston Dynamo defender for Zimbabwe national team. Yes. Yeah, he's gonna hold on to my child. I give you high five. Give me high five. What's up, man? How you doing? Congrats, man. You gotta try. All right, this is Michael Nelson, Houston Dynamo goalkeeper, homeboy from Katy, Texas. Hey, Michael, say hi to your camera.
What's up? Hey, how you doing?
We're doing great. All right, this is around the Major League Soccer, live here at the BBV Stadium. Hey, Darwin. Hey, Darwin, say hi to camera. This is around the MLS here at the BBV Stadium under the South Africa Sports Network. Hey, Corona! Say hi to the camera.
Hey, bro, take a picture of me and him. Hey, put me in, coach. Coach, put me in. Parker, over here.
Yeah, that's Tim Parker. Sign autograph for these fans.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to capture some special moments here. This is the second to the final game of the home season here at BBV Stadium. This is Sam Dempa right here, signing autograph for all these fans.
All right, let's look at the Western Conference right now. The Western Conference, Seattle Sounders, yes, they played a 1-0 draw in week 30, and they're still top of the conference, 58 points, as followed by Sporting KC. And I think both of them will meet in week 32. Sporting KC, 52 points. Yes, 6 points separate these two sides, while Colorado Rapids, who played a 1-0 draw, still top. Portland Timbers, LA Galaxy, Minnesota, and Vancouver. In fact, Vancouver in week 31, they surprised everybody. They took their own destiny in their own hands. They went to Providence Park against a Portland Timber team that is so formidable at home. And Vancouver Whitecaps took the advantage and took all 3 points from Portland Timbers. So you can see Vancouver are still 7th in the Western Conference, 43 points. 43 points, while Real Salt Lake are 8. LAFC, yes, they picked 3 points in Dallas against FC Dallas. They're still fighting. So they have to win their games and hope that results elsewhere go their way. It's not about winning your own games. It's about hoping that those that you're in the race for that postseason, position maybe get a negative result on their own. So that is Western Conference. Let's look at the Eastern Conference real quick. Let's look at Eastern Conference right now. New England Revolution, they are marching to their first ever supporter shield as they pick 3 points away at DC, trashing DC 3-2. Yes, in DC. That was a great game for New England Revolution. Adam Booker has also scored. Gustavo Boy also was on the score sheet for New England Revolution as they march on. Hani Mukhtar was on score sheet for Nashville as they picked 1 point against Columbus Crew, the MLS defending champions, and Hani Mukhtar scored his 14th goal of the season. Inter Miami trashed Toronto Football Club 3-0. For Toronto, no guts, no glory, just a bad team getting bad result. Yes, and week 31 saw a lot of teams get eliminated from the postseason, while after week 32, other teams will say bye-bye to 2020 Audi MLS playoffs. Yes, Toronto, Chicago Fire, and FC Cincinnati, they've all been eliminated from playoff position. Inter Miami, yes, they won in week 31. They're still having that faint hope of making the postseason. So let's see what week 32 will bring for Inter Miami. Columbus Crew, they are saying no, we are not ready to relinquish our MLS crown. But let's see, 3 games to the end of the season, so we have a lot to play for. Maybe on decision day, that will be when a lot of teams will consolidate or confirm their playoff position. All right, this is the top scorers in the MLS. Yes, Ola Kamara, the Norwegian Sierra Leonean, 17 goals. Raul Diaz of Seattle Sounders, behind him on 16 goals. Daniel Shalhoub of Sporting KC, tied on the same number of goals with Raul Diaz, while Gustavo Boy got his 14th goal of the season, and then Dami Kralish of Real Salt Lake also on 14 goals. Hani Mukhtar also on 14 goals. So these are the top scorers in the MLS already this season. Who will win the top scorer in the Major League Soccer? All right, before I let you go, let me go and talk to LA Galaxy fan who was at the PNC Stadium last night. He said he just moved down from LA and he's supporting his LA Galaxy. This is this LA Galaxy fan.
But we're happy. There's 4 more games left now, so hopefully they finish strong for the playoffs.
4 more games left. How far do you think your team can go in the postseason?
Oh, I don't know. It's when playoff time comes, it's a toss-up. So I mean, if they get hot at the right time, they can go all the way if they want to. So they just need to keep scoring. That's it.
You have to believe that they can make it. I know you can make it, Galaxy. I know you can make it. Come on. Love them. Love you, Galaxy. Do it for us.
Yeah, they're happy while Houston Dynamo fans are a little bit,
Yes, you can see Houston Dynamo fans wearing long faces right there with that LA Galaxy fan all beaming with big smiles, and his partner all happy with the scoreline. 3-0 LA Galaxy trash Houston Dynamo here at the PNC Stadium. So up for Dynamo is a road game against Austin Football Club in week 32. Yes, a lot of games scattered in week 32. Let's look at some games. Week 32, Seattle Sounders against Sporting KC. That's a huge Western Conference clash. Even if Sporting KC should go ahead and win, they are still not yet there. They have not overtaken Seattle Sounders. While Columbus Crew and Red Bulls of New York City Football Club against DC United. So these are the major games lineup this week 32 in the MLS. But don't forget that I will be at the Q2 Stadium on Sunday to bring to you all that will happen between the Houston Dynamo and Austin Football Club. Yes, time is fast spent. It's been a pleasure hanging out with everybody here, both on my Facebook page, on my Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube page. You can do me a favor, please. Now, I beg all of you. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel, Africa Sports Network. Africa with a K, Sports with a Z, for us to keep doing what we are doing here. Until I see you guys again, remain blessed. And my name is Sam Mbano, Africa Sports Network, signing out.